today's leadership lesson, I want to talk about how EPs can stay organized. So whether you are an ENFP or an ENTP or an ESFP or an ESTP, today is about how can you stay organized, how can you get organized as you're gathering in all the cool things you want to gather, all the good things you want to gather and buy and do. How do you then take all that stuff you bring in, and how do you organize it so you can grow in your leadership and be more productive? For the EP, their primary cognitive function is extroverted. And it's extroverted either in intuition, that of gathering concepts, or extroverted sensing, gathering material things. And many times you can't tell the difference between the two because they may be gathering a material thing to build a concept and vice versa. But they love to gather, they love to get the new, they have a hard time then doing what they need to do with those things. So whether it's a collection of shoes, it might just be all over the floor. Whether it's a collection of clothes, there may be no organization aspect to it. And when they're working their job, it spills over then into their job, where they have things they've brought in, assignments they're trying to do in the workplace, and they don't have it organized, and it causes a problem. Let's talk about something as simple as doing laundry. To do laundry and to not get overwhelmed, you have to have a plan. It has to be organized, whether it's every Friday or every Saturday or how you organize it. It has to be done, or else it just gets more and more and more, and it gets overwhelming. So an EP's natural tendency is to delay the laundry, and then weeks go by, and they have this massive closet full of laundry, and they don't know what to do with it. They're overwhelmed. And being overwhelmed is a proper reaction because any person, no matter what their personality temperament, would be overwhelmed with a mound of laundry. And then they eventually break down and they start doing the laundry, but it takes longer than it should because they've backed it up. And so the lesson for the EP is this. On the front end of things, doing laundry is not a fun job, but you have to do it and you have to figure out how to organize it and do it, and it's not enjoyable. But if you delay it, it will become that much more unenjoyable. And so a system has to be put in place for that life cycle to quit. So in the work world, it comes across as organizing your files, going through your emails, giving yourself some deadlines to get back with people. Someone leaves you a message, tell yourself, set reminders, write it in day planners and day timers. I'm going to get back to them by tomorrow and stay ahead of it because that mountain will just continue to mount, whether it's laundry, whether it's emails, whether it's text messages, whether it's phone calls. The EP has to learn to slowly over time discipline themselves by setting reminders on their phones, by putting it out on their day planners or whatever it is, to organize those little things in life that an IJ just thinks, what's the big problem? And EJ and IP don't see that big of a deal either about it, but for the EP, it is the boogeyman. And so for an EP to really grow in their biggest efficiency naturally in their leadership, in life in general, it's to start getting organized and then following through with it and having some accountability, having some people who help you with it. And when they tell you to help with it and they check in on you, not to get offended by it, but know they're doing it because they care for you.